Yo, everybody, I am sitting, well, I'm not sitting. I'm actually on a golf course right now, about to head into a big project we are going to start. This is the preliminary walkthrough for measurements. We're going to be doing this whole house. I mean, everything in this house from top down. Where it's going to be painting, doing the backsplash, not the backsplash. Lost a train of thought as the neighbors walk by watching me do this. But I'm walking to an empty house now, and we're going to be doing everything from the painting to the basement. We're going to frame out the basement and make it a little entertainment area. So look around. I'm going to walk you through here. Big foyer, open way. But what you're looking at is about 10 to 15 years outdated from today's market. We have, the golden oak on the floors. That's going to get refinished. The golden oak on the staircase. That's going to get refinished. Take this. The old school runner out. It looks good, but it's in good condition. It's just not up to date. Big office, and I love overhauling offices. I'm going to change this. This is going to be the husband's office. I'm going to really change this into something. It's going to be a surprise. They don't know I'm doing it, but we're going to make something cool out of this. Take some of this wallpaper down. At the time, it was cool. Golf courses. Might keep that one up, but the rest of the stuff I'm definitely going to take down. Again, the flooring is going to probably, I want to match this floor. See how two different colors here? I'm going to get this floor and I'm going to run it through, and I'm going to take this up and then replace it with the other floor and refinish it all to match. This way it's nice and consistent. I don't like the calico floors, especially in a house with a view like that right on the course. So make sure it's nice. Now in this kitchen, not much I'm going to do to the layout. This isn't a huge kitchen renovation. We're spending the money on overhauling the house. So got to make sure I stay budget conscious in here. But the kitchen, the layout is what it is. So I'm left with this. I'm not going to do any changing to where the permanent fixtures are right now. I'm not going to change the sink location. I'm not going to change the stove location. But I am going to do a lot of modifications that is really going to update this space and look like a totally brand new kitchen, but keep the boxes in the same location. So see where the fridge is? My idea is build this cabinet up, bring it to the ceiling, close up that gap up there that I really don't like to see. I could do uplighting, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to extend the cabinets to the ceiling and make it really look like it's really custom, really built in, and just a little over the top compared to what you have now. Do have a little issue you have to worry about when you do that. Typically, the recessed lights are put in here. They're put in here in the house like this is a new construction build. So those lights were already in place before this cabinetry was put in here. So they're offset off the wall in whatever the dimension that the builder is going to use. So if I extend this cabinet to the ceiling, my crown molding is going to hit really close to the light, to the trim kit. I want to pull these lights out. But what I also want to do is, I don't like 6-inch recessed lights. I think it's really old school. What I'm going to do is put 4-inch or 3-inch recessed lights in here and really give it a nice modern look. And you see how there's a huge gap up there? Just old school. There's so many cooler recessed lights that it's just not my taste. And they have some other rooms that have recessed lights, so I think my electrician's going to have a fun time in here, just making sure it's exactly what I'm looking for. Of course, I'm going to put under cabinet lighting in here. It's what I love to do. And I'm going to rebuild this island and put under cabinet lighting under here. Now, this island's funky because it's at an angle. But when you really look at the room, the whole room is angled. You have a 45-degree angle here coming to a 90 and then back to a 45. So once this buffet gets out of here, I think I got to play with this. I got to design this and see how much space I actually have in paper before I rebuild the islands. This island size is good, but got to get a microwave in here. There's no microwave in this kitchen at all. I don't want to use countertop space for the microwave, and I'm not rebuilding the uppers. And there's no stove top. I'm not going to put a microwave here. Just don't want to do that. So I'm going to add the microwave to the islands. We do need a dedicated circuit for that, which is, again, bringing the electrician in. And I'm not really sure the orientation of the island. Again, it's at an angle. That might be the best way. I'm not sure if I'm going to square it off. Not really sure yet. We'll see. But these end panels, see how these double end panels? This is just this is an MDF door. And this is a real cheap way to make it look like a finished end. It's good. It's okay. It's just not what I would do. I don't like MDF doors, especially around water. They're just not my style. I don't think that it's the quality of product that you're really looking for. They put this on a CNC machine. It's a router machine, and it just is done in place. So this is one thick piece of cardboard. It's either MDF, HDF, UDF, whatever you want to call it. It's a real high density fiber board. But once that gets saturated with water or near moisture, right, near moisture, it breaks down. So if you've ever seen a cheap door around your cabinet just start to break away, chances are it's probably not solid wood. Solid wood does move because it's wood. It grows when it's saturated with water, and then it'll retract. So, wood is, I'm just trying to look for places of inconsistencies. But wood is, has some, it's wood. It's a natural product. So anything around moisture, heat, it's going to expand and contract. It's just not MDF. MDF is just no for me. I like a solid American wood. Maple typically is what we use. Maple frame, maple panel, not any of this cardboard crap. So we're going to get rid of all the doors. We're going to take them all off, rebuild them all. The face frames on this cabinet, these are solid maple face frames, which I can use. And typically, even on the cheap cabinets, you get a solid maple frame. I can use that, just not using the door. Going to get rid of all this. Stuff is good, it's fine. We're going to put slow closing hinges on here because these obviously are not slow closing. We're going to slam. Simple upgrade. Oh, here we go. See this? You see that? That is a thermofoil. So this is a piece of plastic. This is an MDF door. Again, I can't repeat that enough. But this is actually a piece of, it's like a plastic. They heat it up and they suction cup it on through a vacuum machine, and they put a resin on there and it glues it down. The problem is, over time, the resin breaks down after about 10 years, and you're left with a shell that's kind of going to pop off your door. Perfect example, no refinishing. I'm not doing that. I'm going to reface these. This is going to be a door replacement. Anybody says they could refinish your MDF door is basically going to paint a piece of cardboard that is still hanging. Definitely a cheaper alternative, not for me. So again, this is what we're looking at now. It's going to be dynamically different in here when I'm done with it. It's just going to look like, same footprint, but totally different space. So take a picture and set it and forget it, and we'll see what it looks like when we come back. Now this room, I'm going to put mount a TV up here. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint or distress the fireplace at all, but a huge space in here. We really want to make sure that the windows, we have no problem with the lighting. We might, put maybe some blinds halfway down the top ones. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how sunny this actually gets in the summer for the homeowner, so we'll see. I'm going to rework the fireplace because I don't think it's working now. They want a cover on it. I'm not going to take you upstairs. Downstairs is just an empty basement. But again, this is what we do. Big houses, they look great. Great purchase price, a lot of work. It's mostly cosmetic, but that cosmetic work on the resale it's very important, especially if you're going to look to sell. And if you're looking to buy, you're going to buy a deal. This is perfect because I can come in here and I can do a huge amount of work, especially if we're not going to totally renovate the kitchen. Now, I could gut this kitchen. I could rebuild custom cabinets and it would be fantastic. But again, we have to keep budget conscious if any project. Just because we have the money doesn't mean we have to spend it. Just want to make sure that we're doing the right thing in this project, especially in this house, for the right homeowner. To whatever their need is. So if it's not a forever home, you got to make sure you're not doing forever home decisions, or you're not choosing forever home decisions. This is the best way to get exactly what they're looking for and make sure that they're not going over budget. All right, that's a wrap for now. Can't wait to get into this. Wait to